In Newcastle, Sydney wasted no time taking the initiative from the Jets with a Lena Karmas goal after just 5 minutes. Keeper and defender hesitated. That's all a good striker needs to pounce. And Karmas is certainly that. Sarah Walsh was a late withdrawal for Sydney, but Linda O'Neill did a tidy job filling her attacking boots. Danish international Julie Rydal continued to make inroads down the left as Sydney dominated across the park. Newcastle struggled to break down the Sky Blues' defence, one of their few first-half chances falling to Hayley Crawford. The best of them fell to Emma Stewart, who briefly gave Danielle Brogan the slip, but Nikki Dieter positioned herself well for the save. Sydney kept hammering away up front. Kylie Ledbrook denied by a fingertip fling from Alison Lowe. The trend continued after the break as the visitors looked for the goal to seal the points. A decent attempt here from Kaya Simon. And their stats reflected their performance as they penetrated the Jets' penalty box 39 times to 21, taking 18 shots to 5. Catherine Canuli joining the assault up front for the last 20 minutes. Indeed, she could well have scored in stoppage time when Loeb spilled it at the first attempt. Karmas's early header proved to be enough, though, to wrap up Sydney's second win.
I think we were a bit scrappy today, particularly in the first half. We were a little bit disjointed and, weren't as fluent as what we should be. But in the second half, I think we increased the intensity and created a few more chances. And, despite our, probably our lack of being clinical in the front there, we probably should have finished the game off a little bit earlier.
There's optimism about Melbourne's chances this year, and they took it with them to Hindmarsh, where they peppered the Adelaide goal. This was a well-placed Adelaide free kick, but all it produced was a couple of headaches up front as Melissa Barbieri won the contest. Far worse followed, though, when Katrina Gorry fired from 25 metres on the half hour. Sean McLaren watched in horror as the ball skidded past her. A wicked low bounce off the edge of the bare patch and 1-0. The victory focus remained on attack in the second half as Katrina Gorry found Cara Mowbray, who in turn found McLaren making a super save. Adelaide struggled to clear the box, but the defenders effectively put their bodies on the line. Gorry was clearly in shooting mode, and with a right foot like hers, why not? Melbourne created enough chances to win 2 games. A dangerous ball from Julianne Sitch found Selene Kurele firing high and wide. She made amends, though, in spectacular fashion. The goal in the 82nd minute made sure of the points for the victory and will be up there with the best come the end of the season. Three points from 2 very different goals, and Melbourne look one of the contenders this season.
We were hoping to go into the game, at least getting off the board with our goals or getting a point at least out of it. We knew they were going to be a tough team, but yeah, unfortunately it just didn't go our way today.
Turned around, I didn't even think about it, and V's like, yeah, you scored. I just turned around, we all celebrated. That was good goal.
Perth hosted Canberra knowing they needed to keep the points coming to stay in touch with the leaders. The assignment looked on track after Lisa Davana was brought down in the box by Ellie Brush after 5 minutes. A card for the hard-working skipper and a shot from the spot for Colette McCallum. Canberra had barely drawn breath when they found themselves in deeper trouble. A defensive error 25 metres out allowed Mariana Tabane to try a speculator, and with Lydia Williams well off her line, it found the back of the net. 2-0 inside 10. Davana kept applying the heat with her sizzling runs and exceptional vision. An unselfish ball to Elisa DeVideo, who pulled it just wide. It was still all Perth when Tabane sent one back towards the near post, but the Davana dummy wasn't fooling Williams. She was nearly beaten by McCallum's curler, though, her long right arm and the crossbar denying Glory their third. Canberra started to find their feet late in the half when they finally forced a save from Emma Workus, And they worked out which was the scoring end after the break, when Elise Perry's cross created all sorts of havoc in the goal mouth. Ashley Sykes off the crossbar, Tieng Shu shovelled it in. Perry was putting it together on the right flank. She created room for the cross, and somehow the diminutive Sykes got above the pack to grab the equaliser and to give us a little extra something. So, a point away from home for Canberra, but Perth will wonder how they squandered a 2-0 lead.
And when you're playing at home and you're in front of your home crowd, you want to get as many wins as possible, and to be 2-0 up is pretty disappointing to walk away with the draw. The first half was extremely hot. It cooled off a little bit in the second half, but I think they really took the sting out of the girls in the last 30 minutes, like you said.
The question at Ballymore was, could the top-of-the-table clash live up to expectations? The Mariners and the Raw did that and more. A Kendall Fletcher free kick was a beauty, a crossbar save, maintaining Brisbane's perfect defensive record. There was skillful and brave goalkeeping at both ends. Gillian Loyden denying Courtney Butel here. And again 5 minutes later, when Butel sprung the offside trap, Loyden parried the first attempt and Lindsay Glowey saw off the second. The Raw displayed their various forward options. Joe Burgess with a delightful nutmeg on the byline, which again tested the scrambling defence. And now a lesson in how to behave after a bad tackle. Note how Lauren Colthorpe is brought down and gets straight back up without a hint of history on it. A card for Rollison and full marks to Colthorpe. It's what we like about the women's game, that and the instinct to attack wherever possible. But Brisbane was still finding the back of the net hard to locate. Likewise the Mariners, but their problem this time was the agile Casey Dumont. The hosts continued to send a signal, though, that it would be just a matter of time, as again and again they penetrated the Mariners' area. Tamika Butt, side netting. An exquisitely weighted pass from Kate McShay gave the Raw another shot, and Butt did brilliantly to get the ball away from Loyden. In fact, she completed quite an escape act on the goal line before teeing it up for Lana Hart, but she was surrounded. Local hopes for a winner were dwindling by the 80th minute, but fresh off the bench came Sasha McDonald with a suitably special effort from 25 metres. McDonald played the first season with Canberra. The Raw will be delighted to have her back in Queensland.
Last year we played them twice, and every time it was a physical game, and we knew coming here tonight that they'd be ready to play, and top of the table clash, you know, both teams had everything to play for.
We come ready to play today. A lot of teams underestimated us. We really gave it to them today, but they're a quality team. We just one mistake at the back, and obviously they finished the quality goal. Credit to all of them.
They're living up to their favouritism, Brisbane. 3 from 3 and they haven't conceded a goal. The Central Coast, Melbourne and Sydney are all well placed on 6 points, while Perth are alone in 5th spot. Newcastle, Canberra and Adelaide can all make a run, but their first win needs to be this weekend.